Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thanks for the thumbs up. Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? Evening, Dan. Cornbread? Amish? I was talking to Kathy. She was asking me if my OSB was treated. And I said, no, why? Well, she said, it's got to be treated. I said, no, they don't treat OSB. So I found a YouTube video to show her that, you use OSB to build houses with. Evidently, somebody has told her that you need to buy treated lumber for the roof, and that's not the case. Trick or treat, that's right. Fixed the snowblower today. I bought that snowblower last year, right before the last snow, and we didn't get another snow after that, so I never used it. And I was in the garage. I pulled it out of the garage, started it up. About a month and a half ago, I guess it was. I started it up, and I went to put it in gear, and it wouldn't move. I thought, well, maybe that gear was out. So I put it through all the gears, and it wouldn't move in none of them. Wouldn't give a dime for what? Anyways, I flipped it up on its end today, took the bottom cover off. Snowblower? Yeah. Yeah, you don't need one. I flipped it up on its end, took the cover off, and I was looking at the transmission on it, and I was spinning the axle with the tires on it, and I noticed that the gear wasn't spinning. So I pulled the shear ring or pin off and the pull pin off in the tire, the rim, pulled the rim off, the tire and rim off, pushed the axle over, and the half moon key was missing. It wasn't even there, not even a part of it. So that tells me somebody took it apart and went to put it back together and forgot to put the moon key back in. It's 60. Gotta put my glass. Gotta get my glasses in. 63 right now, with a little bit of haze. Oh, double MCO. So, anyways, I went to TSC and I bought a bag of Half Moon keys because I didn't know exactly what size I was going to need. So I got a bag of Half Moon keys, 30 of them for $11.99. So I got a bunch of Half Moon keys for anything I need anymore. And I probably got some someplace. I just don't know where the hell I have them at. I put the Half Moon key in there, slid the gear back over it, put the axle back in place, put the bushing back in, put the tire back on, and it's working. Yeah, Woodruff key. So I got that done. Called an insurance company today, and I think we're going to be going with Farmers. I got a good quote from Farmers. It's $60 a month cheaper than what I'm paying right now. The house is covered for full replacement costs are $282,000. I think I can build this house or have this house built for $282,000. That's $40,000 content, which is okay with me. Also, I got equipment replacement. It was I got equipment replacement, which is $50 a year. Here, let me. I gotta pull up the Gmail on it. The premium per year is $1,117. Ain't bad, no. Let's see. The Mercedes, that's see what that cost. The Mercedes costs $244 every 6 months. The Buick costs $384 every 6 months. And my GMC van, $152 every 6 months. No, I did a $5,000 deductible. Um, Anymore, $5,000 is like three windows and a door. So $5,000 ain't. I can go less on the house. You know what I mean? So they didn't. They don't. Farmers don't have $1,000. They have a 1,500, I think, or something like that. Is their starting deductible? So I think we're gonna. Um, I think we're gonna go with Farmers. I've had State Farm for almost 30 years, and they ain't did nothing but screw me for the last 25. So and if you pay them with auto pay, um, if you pay them with auto pay rather than being billed, and then send them a check. If I sent them a check, it would be $244 a month, just for the cars, um, or whatever the hell it is. But if I do a debit or credit, out of the credit card, it's $175. If I do it with um, monthly debit or credit on the house, it's $123. So they're claiming hardly anybody had flood insurance up there in the mountains. You ain't right. I'm not getting a good screwing. Hmm. Watched a little bit of Square Table's live stream today after I got done. I thought he was talking about after my tonight's live stream. He was going to have a live stream, and I got done doing dishes. I sat down and I seen that he was on, so I watched some of that. You need an arc. That's right. probably flat for 150 miles around you in that junkyard, at least. It's all downhill. Yeah. I'm beginning to believe it, Tim. I went to TSC. I went over to the Dollar Tree, picked up a couple of bags of the buck and a quarter store. I have no idea where they're at. I picked up 2 big bags of Brim's theater popcorn. Kyler loves popcorn. I make him popcorn, his eyes just light up. If he goes to the store, to the Dollar Tree with Kath, and if he sees popcorn, he'll say, "Well, Papa needs popcorn," because he wants to pick up a bag for himself. So he come out. He come in the house to get Kathy and I a bottle of water. We were sitting outside, and he brought us out a bottle of water, and he went back in. He come out with a bag of popcorn. He said, "I see you have popcorn." And I said, "Well, Papa bought you a bag and bought me a bag." I said, and he went in and got himself a juice box, and he started eating popcorn. I had Cody get a twist tie for him and tie the bag up so he could take it home. We don't have a Rural King around here, but I hear they're nice. She bought Pop Secret though today, so with extra butter. Well, of course they did. I don't want him raining on their parade. Because obviously, a guy that owns his own helicopter and has a helicopter license um, doesn't know what he's doing. They are screwed. It was an inside job. Yeah, I bet it did come empty. Well, we're just going to video it for you, Joe. You can sit here in the White House. You ain't shitting in my helicopter. That's right. Well, that's the way it's got. It should be Amish. For Christ's sakes, you know, them illegal aliens, they deserve it. They've worked so hard for it. Just because you're a tax-paying citizen doesn't mean you deserve anything. What do you think? They're going to give you everything here? Work for it. But them illegal aliens, they deserve it because they've had a hard life. They need it. And sooner or later, we'll get them the right to vote so they can vote for Democrats. It's probably untaxable. To the illegal aliens, it's probably tax-free. You know how many dollars worth of taxes are on $750 worth of hurricane relief money? $750. That's about the first real thing you've said all day, Steve. California sucks. Made me breakfast this morning. I had a hard fried egg, yellow and red potatoes cut up. I had a Johnsonville foot long sausage that I grilled. I grilled a bunch of them a couple months ago, and they were in. I had some in the freezer, so I pulled one out of the freezer, sliced it up, put it in the microwave, warmed it up, threw that on top of that, and then some green onions. And that was my breakfast this morning. That's what I made for breakfast right there. Pretty tasty. Fried bologna and a ribeye today. I love olive loaf. Pickle loaf, olive loaf, ham loaf. Hi, Mr. Mock. I don't know. Did they settle the strike? Or I see that DeSantis wanted to send in the National Guard. That might be a mistake. Oh, they're back to work. Okay. So what they do? Do they invoke the Taft-Hartley Act? You got a fried bologna sandwich tonight? I have some, or Kathy bought some horseradish cheese. I bet that, and she made horseradish cheese grilled cheese the other day, and that was good. Um, but I bet that would be good on a fried bologna sandwich. I ain't never had fried liverwurst. Sheila,
It was grilled ham and cheese, not grilled cheese.
yeah, well, it was turkey. I had turkey and cheese.
Well, that's your point.
Yeah, it was good. It was great, man. I like Braunschweiger. No, I did not. He probably said none. I've been watching Gunsmoke the last couple hours. A Turkey Club. Yep. Oh, you know what's going to happen now? They're going to lose all the union votes from every union because now they did that. Okay, they did that to the Longshoremen Union. They'll do that to every other union that goes out now. I just seen it. I was watching it earlier today. I didn't know that they'd invoked the Taft-Hartley Act, but there's like 9 or 10 other companies that are real close within a few weeks of going out on strike. Well, they didn't care about the union today because they put them back to work. They did it to the railroad. You're right. They did it to the railroad industry a few years ago. That was what was a Bush or something back years ago. Amtrak went on strike. I like potted meat, but it is too salty. I actually, what I'll do with potted meat is I will add a little Miracle Whip to it to cut down on some of the sodium. Reagan did the air traffic controllers. I don't know if Joe did Union Pacific or not. We know he didn't care about it when they had that nasty little train accident in East Palestine. So, I used to fly Southwest all the time, and I just took my son and daughter-in-law, and Kyler and Naya and Kavana. I took them all up a week ago last Saturday. Up, and they caught Delta up to Florida, and then they brought Delta back right before the storm hit. They come back Wednesday, and the storm's coming in. You're going to have toilet paper. Toilet paper isn't shipped on ships. The only thing that they're bringing in on the ships are people is chocolate and cherries and some prescriptions and some liquor and stuff like that. But in automobiles, well, the thing of it is I know it's made in America, but you don't think they're not going to raise the prices on that because everybody else is raising the prices on stuff? They're going to get in on the game. Corn cob, that's right. Oh, I know. They'll raise it again. They'll keep raising it. No, I might get my package I've been waiting for. Evening, Rosanna, Rosanna, Dana, Rosanna, Dana, Anna, Rosanna, Dana, Anna. Nona, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Kathy said she watches you all the time. Yeah, that's right. No, 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 Amish. Leaves at 3. Let them be. Yeah, I know. If you ain't well, you're welcome. If you ain't got no food, you ain't gonna wipe nothing anyways. Well, yeah, you will because you'll have the runs all the time. So, you sold your junkyard, didn't you, there, Mark? Yeah, I had come up 55 seconds. That's right. Get old, get skinny, eat less. A girl, all she wanted to do was lay on my lap today and have me scratch her behind the ears. I asked her, I said, when can I sit on your lap and let you scratch me behind the ears? She didn't answer. Whatever falls in when he opens his mouth, evidently. That broadleaf does have a little scouring action. They probably are real good for you. Got all them trans fat and oils and stuff in there. Sardines are good for you. Well, congratulations. Did the other team get a pat on the back for winning too? I mean, because everything now is just a participation trophy. You know how it is. Smoke kippers. Hey, tennis shoes, you old snuggle bunny, you. Anybody got a cigarette? Hi, Kenny. You don't even get snacks. That's brutal. Kyler's got a football game Saturday. His mom and dad are going to be down in Tennessee. They're driving down to Tennessee Saturday, so we're keeping Kyler. So she's taking him to the game. You didn't smoke? That's okay. I don't smoke either. I had a guy that I worked with, he said, somebody asked him, he said, you talk to your wife during sex? He said, I sure do if there's a phone handy. So. Anyway, she's got to go to his ball game. Cody's getting his pictures taken Saturday at the Antique Tractor Club. We're gonna take his pictures up there for his senior pictures. And then there is a Halloween party up at the Antique Tractor Club for the kids on Saturday. During this morning's live stream, there was sirens going on after she took Kyler to school and happened to be a house down this street behind us, a block and a half over, caught on fire. And the woman pulled up in front of her house after the cops let her through, and she just sat in her car with her talking on the phone, according to Kath. And they're trying to beat the door in to get in there, the fire department, and then they finally break a window to get in. And she said, "Oh, could you guys need the keys?"
Well, they asked her if anybody was in there, and she said no.
Yeah.
She had 3 dogs, a cat, a rabbit, 2 ferrets, and she had 2 parakeets. And I seen the curtain move like somebody was there, and it must have been the huskies. But they saved all the pets, but the parakeets died.
So I had roasted parakeet tonight for dinner.
Now, instead of getting out of your car and booking there, unlocking it,
Yeah.
or giving them the key,
No, she was too busy being on the phone
She's on the
telling
phone.
everybody how sorry, to feel sorry for her or something.
and it started in the
Kitchen. And then she told the neighbor down the street, said, well, she didn't have any house insurance. And I told Kath, I said, I think that's a lie. Because I went by there today, and there's a cleanup crew there called Washovia. They don't work for free. They work off in your insurance. And I'm sure they couldn't afford to pay them what they were getting, because they get like $250 an hour to start cleaning. And they were cleaning that house out. And they had 2 trucks and probably 5 or 6 people there. So it's probably cost them $1,000 an hour to do that.
Well, they had to stay somewhere. They couldn't stay there.
Right. But I'm sure they had insurance, and the insurance is paying. I'm thinking,
By what I was told, you have to pay for the fire department too.
yeah, you got to pay. It's like $7.
They
Even
got-
though you pay for the fire department, you got to pay like $800 to have the fire department come put your house out.
They had 4 different
Yeah.
places.
We had 4 different fire departments here putting that house out from 4 different towns. I don't know where the rest of our fire equipment was, but it wasn't here at the fire. Because we got like 4 or 5 fire trucks, plus ambulances and everything else. Our ambulance was there, but they had 2 fire trucks from a town 25 miles from here, 2 fire trucks from a town from 20 miles from here, 2 fire trucks from here, and then 2 other fire trucks from someplace else. Mr. Mock says, hi, Kathy.
Hi.
So,
Good evening.
she said, good evening. So, but anyways, I think, because she said that the neighbor said that she was told that they didn't have insurance by her. I think they were just looking for, somebody started GoFundMe for them, so they get extra money or whatever. Colin, how are you doing? Nice to see you.
Something's really fishy.
Huh?
She's only lived there 6 months.
Yeah, she's only lived there 6 months, but something's fishy.
She never got out of the car until the
Yeah.
cops told her that they needed her.
You know, if my house is on fire, I think I'd be out there on the,
She wasn't even to save her animals, I don't think.
yeah, I'd be out of my car either running around frantic or doing something, but she just in the car talking to somebody on the phone. She didn't look upset, did she? No. So she probably caught, allegedly, she
Yeah,
probably
no.
started it.
But something was fishy, and it started in the kitchen, and she had just ran her kids to school.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't take a bus, but okay. I don't know. And then she says, I'm trying to get through, and they said, there's a house fire right here, and she said, oh, that's my house.
The bus driver that picks up Kyler and stuff actually called in the fire.
So she was late picking them up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jewish lady, yeah. Something's kind of suspicious on that. I'm pretty sure that she probably left the pan on the stove, left it on, and put a bunch of oil in it or whatever. So, and then threw some water in it so it'd start popping. You would be if you cared about your pets. We only got the one pet here, and that's Spirit. And I think, you know, I would run into the burning house to get her. So, I'm sure if you love your pet, you'd do the same thing. Yeah, maybe they were illegal pets. Yeah. Now, one was a Siberian Husky. She had a ferret and a rabbit.
And let me tell you something real quick.
Yeah.
Food for thought, I did not know that until today. The fireman was saying that. Do you know that you can get labels to put on your window in case of something like that?
Yeah.
Where you can get, like, say you have dogs, you can get a thing with a dog on it and a plate on it, how many you have.
Yeah.
You can order them on Amazon,
Right.
a cat, whatever. And when you put that on a window, then they know what you have there.
Well, they used to give you at the fire department top finders. And there was a helmet that said top finder on it, and you would put it on your windows. So you'd put it on the kid's bedroom window, and then you'd put it on one, you know, the living room window and stuff like that. So in case there was a fire, they'd know that the bedroom window was a kid's room, and that there was a kid in that room.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's right. It's a cookout there, Colvin. Yeah. Now, if you got 60,000 Haitians to pick up the house and spin it around on the foundation, that would be a rotisserie. They all unfortunately passed away. We had a cat when I was a kid. Cat was named Pork Chop. We called him Porky for short. The pork chop would go out in the morning, and you might not see him for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. But when pork chop come back, he'd come back and he'd show you what he'd been out doing. And he didn't look like he lost any weight either. He'd bring back a squirrel, a chipmunk, or a rabbit. Porky was a good hunter. Well, that's what I told Spirit, because she's still young and I'm old. And I said, hey, outlive me, because I don't think I could go through another pet dying. Well, I don't know if she's going to outlive me or not, because she weighs about 9 pounds now. She's getting fat as a loon. She's getting chunky. And all she wants to do is lay down. Yorkies, yeah. My son and daughter-in-law, they have a teacup and then a New English bulldog or something like that. They will. They'll tear you apart. We had Princess. She was a fawn-colored Shar-Pei. And we had her when we lived over at the other place. We moved over here, and she lasted about 4 months after Kathy's mom passed away. And I had to put her down. She come out of the bedroom, and she just screamed and hollered, and she had no control of her back legs. I took her to the vet, and they said there was nothing they could do for her. Yeah, a little shirt pocket dog. That's exactly what it is. Now, they were here when they went on vacation down to Florida. And we had a gate across the doorway over there. And we left them in the living room. And then Spirit had the free run of the whole house. But the last day, Spirit jumped up. And we had a partition there, too. A couple of those whiteboards that I used to use for writing on my menu on, had them turned up sideways, and then that way they couldn't see her and she couldn't see them. But the last day, she jumped up on top of them whiteboards, and she was looking at that little teacup, and she was looking at that English bulldog. And I think she was thinking about which one she was going to jump down there and whip first. Got an ad coming up in 10 seconds. Pickled eggs. They are good for the gut. If I only knew where I could find a boiled egg video. I seen those. You showed me those. I think I seen how to make those. Those are pretty cool. Seems to me somebody would put out a how to boil an egg video on YouTube. Kim Pike did that video? Huh. Trying to figure out where I can buy them at. I know I can make them, but I can buy them off of Amazon for $19 a jar. I don't want to spend that. I just have to wait till I go down to Shipshewana. I'll have to check Gordon's, but I don't think they do have them. But yeah, the brown. I forgot about the brown bag down there by Wassian. Mustard eggs, pit quarts. Troyer's Mountain View.com. Troyer's mustard eggs, $4.49. Then $15 shipping. Hartville Kitchen, $9.99. Get partial of sunny side up or scrambled. There you go. I don't like sunny side up. I've never liked sunny side up. No. All right, everybody, it's time for me to get out of here. Y'all have a great night. God bless. Prayers and peace, and we will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, if you're so inclined to join me. Y'all have a great night, a good weekend, and we will see you tomorrow night or Sunday night if you don't want to see me tomorrow. Have a blessed night, everybody, and take care.